Hi. I wonder how I never do anything without any chaos. Anyway, so I'm going to be what's going on? I'm going to be installing this week today, and while I'm doing so, you guys are going to get some little bit, you know, here and there life updates going on and what has been happening in my life since I finished my project. My life, not to jinx it, but it has been chaos. It has been absolute chaos. I'm just like, there's no intro to this. I'm just going to talk all my talk my truths. Look, living in the UK is not for the weak. I repeat, living in the UK is not for the weak. Because tell me why, like, tell me why things are just harder than they are meant to be. And one thing about this UK is that no one is going to give you free credit if you don't earn it. I'm not asking for free credit, but sometimes I just need like a little bit, you know, cool down. Like, I just need people to cool down sometimes, because I'm like, uncle, what's going on here? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be dividing this update into how many parts? I'm actually installing my hair for tomorrow because I'm going for something tomorrow, and I don't want to have to do this last minute. How many parts should I categorize this update into? So I think I'm going to categorize this update into 3 parts. One, my personal life, my personal growth, everything, and 2, my spiritual life, and 3, what should number 3 be? 3, what should 3 be actually? I'm coming while I'm thinking about this. So Moyo, I want to do a life update and I don't know what to do. So God, what should I do? You know what? I think I'm just going to do this in a story time form, because I can't really think of any category now to give you guys. So let's just story time our way through this life update. Okay, so starting off, if you guys don't know, I moved to the UK September last year, and all things being fine and good, the journey has not been stressful. The journey has not been one that I'm going to cry about. The journey has not been bad, but anyway, when immediately I was ready to move out and I started looking for a place, that's when things started going haywire. Because I'm like, what? Like, I know people usually say that, you know, there's a housing crisis in the UK, but best believe that you will never actually believe there is a housing crisis unless you're actually in the situation when you're looking for a house, and then you just be like, oh wow, they were not lying. Because at the end of the day, everybody was being honest in all their updates. Housing crisis, yeah, fine and good. I thought this housing crisis will not get to me as far bad bitch now, bad girl that I am. I don't know. 1 second, because I know this thing is going to make noise. So moving on, housing crisis, I started looking for a place to move to. So initially, I don't know if I've ever said it, I'm pretty sure I've never said it in any of my vlogs, that I want to move to Manchester. I always wanted to move to Manchester. So no, not necessarily always, I just wanted to move to a city away from Glasgow, because Glasgow is a really small city, if you guys don't know. So I always just wanted to get out of Glasgow, you know. So it was always like, okay, once I'm done, I'm going to move to a bigger city in England, XYZ, yeah. So I had a lot of cities in mind, but it was never going to be London anyway. So I had Birmingham and Manchester in mind, and I settled with Manchester. I'm like, okay, fine, time to look for a place in Manchester and move there, because like as I'm talking to you guys, my lease here is expiring next week, Thursday, in less than 7 days, in less than 4 days. Oh, hey, all right. So I'm like, all right, now no p, I'm going to like look for a place. So I started house hunting through Rightmove in Manchester. Every single place, not every single place, but the places that were able to like give me like a viewing, said that okay, I have to be present, or that were able to like forward, that they were able to continue with my application. They were like, oh, I have to be present for the viewing. And I'm like, oh, I'm all the way in Glasgow, and I was writing my project around that time. I can't be traveling all the way to Manchester just because I want to view a house during my project, because like that project, best believe it was like sometimes I used to do as if things don't affect me, but it was like a very hectic time in my life. 1 second. So as I was saying, my project period was like very hectic. Like it was like the most stressful part since I came to the UK. Like whoever knows me knows that I never actually look like a master's student, but trust me, during my project I was not able to escape it. I started looking like somebody that they were suffering. So okay, now all things being good, I'm like, oh, I can't make it for the viewing. I started even booking places that support online viewing rather than me having to be in person for the viewing. But tell me why, after I finished booking for online viewing, the price of the house initially was like, was it like 750 or something, sha? People started bidding on this house. Hey, I said, see me, say, wala. Now so bid enter £900. I said, me, I'll pay £900 or no p, because I was really desperate to move to Manchester. So I'm like, okay, now all things being good, I can pay the £900. And then they were like after everything, I saw the talk say somebody wanted to pay, was it 950 something, and they proceeded with the application. So okay, now no p. I started looking for other places to move to. And see, you guys, I repeat, living in the UK is not for the weak. And whenever people ask me that, oh, where am I going to? Am I staying in Glasgow? And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to move out of Glasgow, or best believe I'm going to stay in Glasgow. That was my thinking at the point. I'm like, you know what? Maybe the fact that all this in-person viewing is not working for me, that's probably why I'm not able to get a place. I started saying that, okay, now no problem, I've changed my mind, I'm going to stay in Glasgow. Like I was actually keen on staying in Glasgow. So I told my parents I changed my mind. They said, okay, now no p, that they could not even like Glasgow, that Glasgow is a nice city. And then yeah, I agreed on Glasgow. I started house hunting in Glasgow. Hey, oh my god. people on my Snapchat, they've suffered in my hands, because during my house hunting, none of them heard what they know here when because from place to place, gosh, it was so stressful. I was house hunting. I'm like, oh, my status now, since I'm not done with school, I'm still basically a student. So I'm like, oh, my status, I'm a student. Anybody that asks me, I'm a student. I'm a student though. That's how these people were not like that. Oh, they're sorry, but they can't accept my application because the landlord doesn't want students. I'm even like, I even upped my application saying that, you know what, I'll pay 6 months up front if that's what you guys want. These people are still like that. Sorry that they don't allow students in the accommodation. 1 second again. Okay, so mind you, I've been in this apartment hunting process as far back as June. I've been apartment hunting since June. So I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, I almost broke down, but I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to break down again. Bad girls don't break down. I'm using that bad girls don't do anything to just tell myself that, you know what, everything is going to be all right, because at the end of the day, everything has to be all right though. So I'm like that, okay, now, like, even one time I literally had like 4 viewings in one day, and like the places that now gave me offering in this Glasgow were like places in the outskirts of Glasgow, G66. One time I took Uber for one of my viewings because always trust me, I'm always fashionably late for anything. So I took Uber to one of my viewings. This Uber guy was like, what am I doing away in this place? And I'm like, oh, I'm coming for like an apartment viewing. Then he's like that, why? I said, I checked for places like close by, but those ones weren't like offering me viewings. They always said like, unfortunately, all their viewings were booked, So the guy just proceeded to tell me that, see, that if it's being honest, that where I'm going to view a house, it's not advisable. That it's way out of Glasgow. It's not even part of Glasgow. But I mean, like when I searched the internet told me it was G72. And mind you, right now I stay in G4. I stay in G4 and G72. That's like far away. So he's like that, oh, it's not worth it, My stubborn head was still like, you know what, I'm gonna check. And when I'm coming back, I'm going to use the public transport just to see how long it's going to take me to get back home and, you know, have my life together. So it's like, okay, no problem, but as long as I'm using the public transport when I'm coming back, that way I'll witness things firsthand, and I'll be able to make a decision that's whether to go to that place or not. Thank God for this guy, just thank God for him. Because when I went to that apartment, it was so pretty. It was finer than all the apartments I've been seeing. So a part of me was like, so if this man no talk now, if I don't just book this thing, and I would have gotten an apartment, and at the end of the day, me that would have been suffering the pain. Like, see, you guys, you don't know when God will send people to you, so always be cautious. So I'm just like that, okay, now I went to the place, the apartment was fine. I used public transport back and it was all right. I feel like this is not even a life update again. I'm not talking about the struggles of finding accommodation, because this has taken my whole August, my part of my July. Like, it has been such a struggle. And that's why they usually tell people that when you want to get a place, make sure you look for somewhere like 3 months prior, before you move out of your place, or before you want to move out. And I did all that though, but I wasn't certain on where I wanted to move yet. So I was just, you know, still on the low. I did all of that though. It was not like I was on serious throughout my apartment hunting. Like, I actually like took it seriously. I was looking for places, but places were not finding me. Anyhow, to cut the long story short, after all my back and forth, I now randomly, on one random night like that, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to apply to different cities and see wherever I get an apartment first. So I applied to Birmingham, I applied to Newcastle, I applied to different cities basically. And then the next day when I woke up, I saw an email from a guy for like the Birmingham house. And then he's like that, viewings are available, do I want to I was like, viewings are available, do I want to like book a viewing, and I explained my situation to him. I'm like, look, I mean, I'm all the way in Glasgow, I'm not going to be available for a viewing. If you can send me a video, fine. If not, I don't like, if not, don't bother, or something like that. I should have sent an email to him. Then he's like that, oh, it's fine if I'm all the way in Glasgow. I think, okay, chill, before I say my thoughts right now, he's like, it's fine if I'm all the way in Glasgow, that he already attached the videos to the email, I'm like, sure. I looked at the place, it was looking okay. So I'm like, you know what, because on that day, that was when I had the 4 viewings. So I'm like, I'll get back to you by the end of the day. I still have viewings for today, so I'll see how that goes. It's like, no worries, just let me know how it goes. And yeah, I went for my viewings. Those places that were at the outskirts of Glasgow. And then after everything, I'm like, you know what, I'll just go for the one at Birmingham. So you guys, as it is now, your baby girl is moving to a new city. Yay! I'm moving to Birmingham. All right, so next life updates. What's next after graduation? Because I know that's what all of you are thinking, or that's like all of you's queries. How easy is it to find a job after you graduate? What next after graduation? When am I graduating? All those questions. I didn't put the question and answer poll because I'm very lazy and I honestly cannot deal with people's opinions about my life, so I rather ask myself the question and answer it. Okay, so moving on. For the question and answer one, I'm yet to get a job. I don't have a job. As at last year, I applied to several different places looking for a job. Like, trust me, there is no way I've not applied to seeking for a job. I've applied everywhere, but no one called me back, no nothing. So I've not been able to secure a job. I don't have anything certain for me right now. So yeah, that's where I am at concerning jobs. But what is going to happen is that, thank God for the works of the hands, thank God for talents. So I'm just going to use my talent to make money for now. Moving on, next question. Am I going to Nigeria anytime soon? This is me asking myself questions. So one day I'm going to put the question and answer poll. But you know, one thing I've noticed is that my subscribers are not following me on Instagram, so I can't put a poll where people are not following me. And then it's my Instagram people that are asking me questions when they clearly do not watch my YouTube videos. So yeah, until that is cleared up, I'm going to be asking myself questions that I will be giving the answers to. All right, so that's what was the question that I asked myself just now. I can't remember, to be honest. I said, am I going to Nigeria anytime soon? Yes, I'm going to Nigeria December, because I miss my people. I miss my human beings. I miss the love of my lives. So yeah, I'm going to Nigeria December. What else? Oh yeah. One of my subscribers once asked me that was like a personal DM, that how hard is it to find relationship in the UK? Speaking from personal experience, not to burst your bubbles or not to discourage you, it is not the easiest things, because people here just want to fuck and go, like literally just sleep with you and ex. So it's not the easiest thing, but we stand firm on the Lord, and yeah, we'll see how that one turns out. What did I just do? What the heck? One thing about me is that I will act as if I know what I'm doing, but best believe I do not know half of anything that's going on right now. All right, so I mean, like, people have testimonies living in the UK and stuff. That doesn't mean that right now that things are not working out for me, I should like discourage myself or not look forward to good things that are going to come. So for now, your girl is on a hustle culture until something actually like something actually surfaces. But for now, that nothing has surfaced. I honestly don't know what to do this week. That's why I'm just freestyling it. I had something in mind, but I'll see how it turns out. If it doesn't turn out okay, oh well, I tried. So, yeah, I guess that's all for the life update. I will continue tomorrow when I'm doing my makeup. That way I can be able to actually think about what I was going to say. You know, the problem is that when I turn on my camera, I just go like on a rant. Like I just go on a rant. I don't have anything planned. I just talk. So this night, this evening, when I'm sleeping, I'll actually think back on my life. Hey, Sikata. I'm embarrassing myself in public space. Anyway, I'll just think back and just like try to think about the things I said I was going to talk about and pick it up from there. Like, not bad. It's giving what I wanted it to give, I guess. You guys, for the love of me, I love hair so much. It's so weird. I wanted to get new sets of hair, and then I'm like, Moyo, you've not even used the one that is in your box. So I'm like, you know what, I'll use this one, and then when I'm getting a new set, I will feel guilty. I won't have to feel guilty about it. Oh gee, trust me that when I go back to Nigeria, I'm coming back wig loaded. And the funny thing is that I didn't even use all the wigs I brought to the UK. Like, best believe I still have a lot. Ooh, that is looking nice. Like, let's be honest. When I straighten this thing is over. I have clothes washing downstairs. Oh, hey, Momo girl. Oh, my mommy has formed a new nickname for me. Am I not a special kid like this? Wow. Hey, I'm on a roll. Wow. 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 Mumbo. Ewo. This one needs more, you know. See, one thing people don't know about installing wigs is that sometimes when you try to follow tutorials, one thing about being creative in general is that stop following tutorials. That's the very first thing I'm going to advise anybody. Don't follow tutorials, because sometimes the way people do their stuff will not work out for you, and the way you do your stuff will not work out for other people. Like, find your way around some certain things. That's like the foundation to starting something. Because best believe that if you keep on seeking for, or if you keep on using other people's kidney, you're not going to get anywhere, my dear. Because me going self, as I am like this, I don't know what I'm doing. So basically, my advice to anybody is stop looking for tutorials. You're just going to ruin. Like, one thing is that whenever I don't know how to do something, yeah, and I want to learn, what I always do is that I watch like 2 or more people to know their take on it, and then I just like look at the ones that best fits me at that point. So basically, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Basically, you don't always have to like because of this person says A must come before B, you don't have to do A before B. Because of someone else said B must come before A, you don't have to do B before A. You can even do A and B together. Do you get? That can be your own method of doing stuff. Don't always, because of someone is doing this, means that's the way it's supposed to be done. As always, everybody is on a life cruise, so you can as well just join in. Because even this hair tutorial, it was someone that coined it and another person advanced it. So do you, my dear, do you? someone else might see the way you're doing things and be like, oh, that it seems easier, and they want to do that. So what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, but to me, best believe that it makes sense in my head right now. But anyway, it's not everything that makes sense to everybody, including me. Like, since I've been on my bed, I've been imagining what I'm going to do with this hair, and this is what I've concluded. So it's better work out or there's gonna be a brawl.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good show me something, give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long, right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now, but I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Sweet talk, sweet
Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the way the hair is looking cute. Anyway, I didn't talk throughout, like most of the time throughout this video, because it was a serious work. Oh fudge, I love it when my hair stays in place. Like, who is this? Anyway,
Don't call me mean.
just want someone to love